Jack, the Dunlop series is a series that you know very well from your time in V8 supercars. We saw last year the introduction of the Bathurst 250 as a bit of a headline race at the October event. Will it help grow the Dunlop series? I think it's a good thing. I think it's a great step forward. I don't think it's going to help grow the series exponentially, but it's a nice thing. Every series needs to have a marquee event, and that's become it.
It's funny because the image that V8 supercars sort of put out from a few years ago as a competitor, this is from a competitor's point of view, was they weren't that keen on the Dunlop series taking it to the V8s in the main game in case, for whatever reason, the racing was a bit more exciting or there was something going on that would take attention away from it. But then we had Casey Stoner come and join the Dunlop series, and now with this mini enduro at Bathurst, it really is starting to find its own feet, and we find a lot of drivers who potentially don't even have an interest to go in the main game competing in the Dunlop series. So that's good for its series, and I think it needs to look at the NASCAR model. They've got a fantastic three-tier championship over there with the main game at the top, and then the Xfinity, and then trucks. And we've got a similar thing here with the Utes as being our third string there. So I think I loved watching that Bathurst mini enduro.
I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it felt like I was watching a NASCAR nationwide race.
I think a lot of people too thought it was going to be a little bit of a fail in a way, where you had teams doing pit stops and drivers that hadn't driven that far before. It all went quite smoothly in the grand scheme of things, but I think that alone, it's a nice addition. I don't think it's going to help grow the Dunlop series. I think what's going to be really critical about how the Dunlop series grows is where it's placed in that next couple of years. That V8 supercars have confirmed the new generation cars will start to be phased in 2016 with a full changeover by 2018. I think it's really important. What's going to help keep that series going is keeping what they've got going, because I can't see when the door opens for a new gen car in 16 that there'll be a big flood of those cars into the Dunlop series. There's teams who are working hard just to be there with what they've got at the moment.
And that's the toughest thing, is it's becoming very expensive. So enduros put more wear and tear on the machinery and can cost teams more money to run. So there's going to be a fine line between what they do moving forward. I think it's a great unique thing for Bathurst, and then I think the rest of the championship needs to stand on its own 2 feet in terms of a unique race format that suits the championship. And I think shorter races, somewhere in the middle between what they've been doing and what they have done at Bathurst, is going to be the right mix for them.
But last year overall, I'd say Bathurst 250 was a big tick for the Dunlop series.
Yeah, for sure. I think you'll find a few more co-drivers trying to get involved in that race, and it just adds something extra to what is at Bathurst Saturday's top 10 shootout day, but there's also the Dunlop Series 250.
Bradley, we saw a long distance race at Bathurst, not unusual, but it was in the development series this year. You're a fan?
Yeah, I am. I thought it was an excellent concept. The thing about Saturday at Bathurst, there's not much going on during the day. We tend to run in the morning with the main cars and they have the shootout in the afternoon. So it's really filled the day up. It gives the people at home something to watch, but more importantly, it gives the team guys and the drivers a bit of an idea what a decent stint is like at Bathurst that's linked into a pit stop. So I'm all for it for the future.
A lot of teams come in and they're just doing development series, but for your operation, it's a big effort, isn't it?
It is a big effort because it's such an important race. You have all your key guys working on the main cars. But what we've done with the DVS is the mechanics that normally work on the car, they do all the pit stops. So we don't take guys out of the main game and allocate them jobs in the DVS. So, which in some ways makes it harder, but it's certainly better for the people involved.
Each and every day on the Armour All Summer Grill, you've got the chance to win one of these, the Armour All Detailing Kit. All you have to do is to subscribe to speedcafe.com.
To find out if you've won, visit and like the speedcafe.com Facebook page.
Here's a question that's come in, and I would have liked the answer to this one myself many years ago. How do I stop, when I put tyre shine on my tyres, the excess silicone going up the side of my car? Well, probably the simplest thing is just wait 20 minutes or half an hour for it to dry off somewhat. Or another solution, which is really what I'm going to be using from now on, is the new product Outlast Tyre Glaze from Armour All. It's probably more like a clear coat paint. Great product, and once that dries off, that ain't going anywhere.